never know. So if I ever write a autobiography, I'll put it in. What just the classes you meant to me. It just meant so much to me. But I think it's illustrative. You guys hear me? Illustrative. That's cool. I think it's illustrative of how there is a kind of mirror when you act, or when you perform, or when you speak to an audience. And when you look in the mirror, and it's just you looking back, you see all your flaws. When you look into an audience, and you're doing something they like, and they show it, it just builds and builds. I'm sorry to use the word, but it's infectious. Well, there it is. So it's infectious. And I was a different person. I've already said I don't like being retired. I don't like not having classes. Laugh at my joke. You aren't that. And your response, if you were to look back, I was standing the second half. I could hardly sit down. And I actually have a pretty significant back injury right now, and it didn't matter. I couldn't even feel it. But I also thought it was very much about what I want to say to you today, because I am heartbroken that your parents won't get to see it live. I'm heartbroken you won't get to feel that come back from them. I know it's being streamed, but I want to say what you will have. I don't know which of you will read these people, but when the Senator Shakespeare Express, which is the birth name of the ASC, was touring in the north, there's a little town in Maine that had a theater, and we booked it. Nobody much used it. And when they came out on stage, with the box, whatever they came out, there were 3 people in the audience. One of those persons was a very, very wealthy person. You don't know which one of you will become that wealthy person, but you don't know whether or not I might be. You just don't know. And because they decided not to feel sorry for themselves, but to feel great about their work, that person came up to them after the show and sponsored us in that little town for 3 years. So, and we have packed houses because that person was somebody in the town. Now, this is the extreme. What I'm saying to you today about mirroring and the importance of your own joy being visible is that you won't have, and I'm going to be at that there, but you'll have many people who aren't part of this to give you back that joy and to let that joy grow. And I think it's kind of cool that you will see what I've been saying for years. Your parents will watch the streaming of this. And they'll be proud to see you, and they'll be proud, especially if they can hear you well, and especially if you know what you're saying, they'll be proud of all that. But you're also learning, I think, the love of live theater, because nothing else does this. This is magical. And there are, I think, 2 very odd things about human beings. And if there was an alien from outer space that come to investigate the human condition here, I feel certain they would return to their minders to report that there were 2 really, really odd things about this species. One is that they have a bunch of little animals they spend a lot of money on that they cannot eat, and they don't have any purpose. Pets, right. The other is that this species gathers people together to watch them pretend to be other people. That's a really weird thing. I think, for example, the the minders would understand if the person came back and said, well, they love music because it's sort of just physically pleasant, or they love anything, name it. But if they stand up in front of one another, and that's the key, to do people, to do other people, to begin to be other people. And so I'm kind of interested in what your parents thought, and then how it's not what you could have given them. I just want to say that. More importantly, they're not here to give you what you could have. So pretend they're here, really enjoy it, and hope that whatever blurred mirror they get from the streaming gives them any idea of the kind of joy, and I must say fortitude, that you guys have had. It's just been a pleasure and a good thank you.
Hi, friends. Hi. I just wanted an excuse to wear this outfit. That's all. Woo! I have no bias in the War of the Roses. Great. I'm so proud of us that we made it where we are today. This is for us, and so I give to you the director of Heflin 6 Part 3, Mili Koncelik. So much shorter than I was anticipating. Well. Oh, now I'm gonna cry.
for me and tell them what I did.
Richard has best deserved on my son.
Thus do I hope to shake King Henry's head.
And so do I. The victorious Prince of York, before I see thee seated in that throne, I vow by heaven these eyes shall never close. This is the palace of the fearful king, and this the regal seat. Possess it, York.
They are me.
And when the king comes, offer him no violence unless he seeks to thrust you out for force.
The queen this day here holds her parliament, but little thinks we shall be of her council. By words or blows, here let us win our right.
The bloody parliament shall this be.
Then leave me not, my lords, be resolute. I mean to take possession of my right.
I'll plan Plantagenet, root him up who dares. Resolve thee, Richard, claim the English crown.
My lords, look where the sturdy rebel sits, even in the chair of state, belike he needs to aspire unto the crown and reign as king. Earl of Northumberland, he slew thy father, and thine, Lord Clifford, and thou both have vowed revenge.
I do not heavens be revenged on me.
The hope thereof makes Clifford mourn in steer.
Why shall we suffer this? Let's pluck him down.
My gracious lord, here in the parliament, let us assail the family of York.
Ah, you know not the city favors them, and they have troops of soldiers at their back.
But when the Duke is slain, they'll quickly fly.
Thou factious Duke of York, descend my throne and kneel for grace and mercy at my feet. I am thy sovereign.
I am thine.
For shame, come down. He made thee be York.
This is my inheritance as the earldom one.
Thy father was a traitor to the crown. Exeter, thou art a traitor to the crown in following this usurping Henry.
Whom should he follow but his natural king?
True, Clifford. That's Richard, Duke of York.
What title hast thou, traitor to the crown? Thy father was, as thou art, Duke of York. Thy grandfather, Roger Mortimer, Earl of March. I am the son of Henry V, who made the French and the Dauphins to stoop and seized upon their towns and provinces.
Talk not of Francis, thou hast lost it all.
The Lord Protector lost it, and not I. When I was crowned, I was but 9 months old.
You are old enough now, and yet methinks you lose. Father, tear the crown from the usurper's head.
Sweet father, do so. Set it on your head.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace thou, and give King Henry leave to speak. Thinkst thou that I will leave my kingly throne wherein my grandsire and my father sat? No. First shall war unpeople this my realm. Why say ye, lords? My title's good, and far better than his.
Prove it, Henry, and thou shalt be king.
Henry IV by conquest got the crown.
Twas by rebellion against his king.
I don't know what to say. My tongue will speak. Tell me, may not a king adopt an heir? And if he may, commit my lawful king, for Richard in the view of many lords resigned the crown to Henry IV, whose heir my father was, and I am his.
He rose against him being his sovereign. You make him resign the crown for force.
Prithee,
King Henry, be thy title.
King Henry, be thy title right or wrong. Lord Clifford vows to fight in thy defense.
Henry of Lancaster, resign thy crown.
Do right unto this princely Duke of York, or I will fill the house with armed men, and over the chair of state, where now he sits, right up his title with usurping blood.
Ho, ho! Lord of Warwick, hear but one word. Let me for this my lifetime reign as king.
Confirm the crown of me and mine heirs, that thou shalt reign in quiet while thou livest.
I am content. Richard Plantagenet enjoy the kingdom after my decease.
What wrong is this unto the prince your son?
What good is this unto England and himself? Ready, fearful, and sparing, Henry.
How hast thou injured both thyself and us?
Not state through his articles.
Come, cousin, let us tell the queen these news.
Turn this way, Henry. Regard them not.
Son, I naturally shall disinherit, but, be as it may, I here entail the crown to thee and thine heirs forever. Conditionally, that here thou take an oath to cease the civil war, and whilst I live, to honor me as thy king and sovereign, and neither by treason nor hostility to seek to put me down and break myself.
Those are willing to take no perform.
Long live King Henry! Plantagenet, embrace him.
Among the thou and these thy forward sons.
Farewell, my gracious lord. Out to my castle.
And I'll keep London with my soldiers.
Madame
granted to that act. I here divorce myself, both from thy table, Henry, and thy bed, until that act of Parliament be repealed, whereby my son is disinherited. The northern lords that have forsworn thy colors will follow mine, if once they see them spread, and spread they shall be, to thy foul disgrace and utter ruin of the house of York. Thus do I leave thee. Come, son, let's away.
Stay gentle, Margaret, and hear me speak.
Thou hast spoke too much already. Get thee gone.
Gentle son Edward,
When
what
I-
will say me?
When I return with victory from the field, I'll see your grace. Till then, I'll follow her. Come, son, away. We may not blame her thus.
Brother, how are you, youngest? Give me leave.
No, I do better play.
Oh, no, you
Why
cannot.
now, sons? What is your quarrel?
No quarrel, but a slight contention.
About what?
About that which concerns your grace and us. The crown of England, father, which is yours?
My boy, not to King Henry be dead.
Your right depends not on his life or death.
Now you are heir, therefore enjoy it now.
I took an oath that he should quietly reign.
For our kingdom, any oath may be broken.
An oath is of no moment, being obstacle before true and lawful magistrates that have authority over him who swears. Henry had none, but did usurp the place. Therefore, to arms, I cannot rest until the white rose that I wear be dyed even in the lukewarm blood of Henry's heart.
Richard, enough. I will be king or die. Thou, Richard, shalt unto the Duke of Norfolk and tell him privileges are in town. You, Albert, shalt unto the Lord Cobham, with whom the Kentish noble willingly offer. But stay, what news? Why comest thou in such pose?
The queen, with all the northern earls and lords, intend here to besiege you in your castle.
Edward, Richard, you shall stay with me, and George shall post the London.
Father, I go. I'll win them, fear it not.
We'll meet her in the field.
With what, 5,000 men?
I with 500, father, for indeed. A woman's general. What should we fear?
We shall have saved their hands.
My father slew my father, therefore die!
Die Spagias audis samasi isem tua.
York! I come York!
The army of the queen hath got the field. My uncles both slain and rescuing me, and all my followers to the eager foes. My sons, God knows what hath bechanced them, but this I know. They have demeaned themselves like men born to renown by life or death. 3 times did Richard make a lane to me, and full of off came ever to my side. Richard cried, charge, and give no foot of ground, and cried a crown or else a glorious tomb. With this we charged again, but out to last. Clark, the fatal followers do pursue, and I am faint to cannot fight their fury. And were I strong, I would not shun their fury. The sands are numbers that make up my life. Here must I stand. Here my life must end.
Yield to our mercy, proud Plantagenet.
I to such mercy as this ruthless arm with downright pain and shoot unto my father.
My ashes as the phoenix may bring forth a bird that will revenge upon you all. And in this hope I throw mine eyes to heaven, scorning whatever you can afflict me with.
So cowards fight when they can fly no further.
Oh, Clifford, but bethink thee once again. Whose frown has made you faint and flyer as this?
I will not bat you with thee word for word, but buckler with thee foes twice 2 for 1.
Hold, valiant Clifford. For 1,000 causes I would prolong a while this traitor's life. Wrath makes him deaf. Speak thou, Northumberland.
Hold, Clifford. Do not honor him so much. Prick thy finger, thou to wound his heart.
So triumph thieves upon their conquered booty.
Brave warriors, Clifford and Northumberland. Come, make him stand upon this molehill here. What? Was it you that would be England's king? Was it you that revelled in our parliament and made a preachment of your high descent? Where are your mess of sons to back you now? The wanton Edward and the lusty George? And where's that napkin with the blood, that valiant Clifford with his rapier point made issue from the bosom of the boy. And if thine eyes can water for his death, I give thee this to dry thy cheeks withal. Alas, poor York, I pretty grieve to make me merry, York. What? Hath thy fiery heart so parched thine entrails that not a tear can fall for Rutland's death? York cannot speak unless he wear a crown. A crown for York, and lords bow low to him. Hold you his hands whilst I do set it on. Aye, marry, sir. Now looks he like a king. But how is it that great Plantagenet is crowned so soon and broke his solemn oath? As I would think me, you should not be king till our King Henry had shook hands with death. Off with the crown, and with the crown his head.
This is my office, for my father's sake!
Stay. Let's hear the orisons he makes.
She-wolf of France, but worse than wolves of France, whose tongue more poisons than the adder's tooth. How ill-beseeming it is in thy sex to triumph like an Amazonian scroll upon those woes whom fortune captivates. Thy father bears the title of King of Naples, yet not so wealthy as the English yeoman. Hath that poor monarch thought thee to insult? It needs not, nor boots thee not, proud queen. 'Tis beauty that doth oft make women proud. God knows thy share thereof is small. Thou art as opposite to every good, for tiger's heart rests in a woman's hide. How couldst thou drain the lifeblood of the child and bear the father wipe his eyes withal, and yet still be seen to wear a woman's face? And art soft, mild, pitiful, flexible, thou stern, obdurate, flinty, rough, remorseless. Bidst thou my rage when now thou hast thy wish? Wouldst have me weep when now thou hast thy will? These tears are my sweet Rutland's obsequies, and each drop cries vengeance upon his death gainst thee, fell Clifford of evil's French woman.
Beshrew me, but his passion moved me so that hardly could I check my eyes from tears.
See, ruthless queen, a hapless father's tears. This cloth thou dipst in the blood of my sweet boy, and I with tears do wash the blood away. Keep thou the napkin, and go boast of it. And if thou tellst the heavy story right upon my soul, the hearers will shed tears. Take the crown, and with the crown my curse, and in thy need such comfort come to thee as now I reap at thy too cruel hand. Hard-hearted Clifford, take me from this world, my soul to heaven, my blood upon your head.
Here's for my oath! And for my father's death!
And here's to right our gentle-hearted case.
Open thy gates of mercy, gracious God. My soul flies through these wounds to seek out thee.
Off with his head, and set it on York gates, so York may overlook the town of York.
I wonder how our princely father escaped. I wonder if he escaped away or no. Clifford and Northumberland's pursuit. Had he been taken, we should have heard the news. Had he been slain, we should have heard the news. Or had he escaped, methinks we should have heard the happy tidings of his good escape. So fair is my brother. Why is he so sad? I cannot joy until I be resolved for our right valiant father is become. I saw him in the battle range about, and watched him how he singled Clifford forward. Methinks his pride enough to be his son. But what art thou? These heavy looks foretell some dreadful story hanging on my tongue.
One whose woeful brothers no Duke York slain.
Oh, speak no more, for I have heard too much. Say how he died, for I will hear it all.
By many hands was your father's Duke, only slaughtered by the iron arm unrelenting Clifford and Zane. Crowned with gracious youth and high beside, black in his face with greasy wept. The ruthless queen gave him to dry his feet, a napkin steeped in the harmless blood of sweet young Rutland, by rough Clifford slain. And after many scorns, many foul taunts, they took his head to the gates of York, sent the same, and there doth remain.
Greet, Duke of York, our joy again. Never, oh never shall I see more joy. I cannot weep, for all my body's moisture scarce serves to quench my furnace, burning heart, nor can my tongue unload my heart's great burden. To weep is to make less the depth of grief. Tears and forbade, blows and revenge for me. Richard, I bear thy name, I'll venge thy death, or die renowned by attempting it.
His name that valiant Duke hath left with thee, his dukedom and chair with me is left.
Chair and dukedom, throne and kingdom Zane, either that is I, or else thou art not his.
How now, fair lords? What fare? What news abroad?
O valiant lord, the Duke of York is slain!
Oh Lord, Lord, that Plantagenet which held thee dearly at his soul's redemption is by the stern Lord Clifford of death.
10 days ago I drowned these news in tears. And now, to add more measure to your woes, I come to tell you things set then to fall. After the bloody fray at Wakefield fought, I then in London mustered my soldiers, marched toward St. Albans to intercept the Queen. Short tale to make, we at St. Albans met, our battles joined and both sides fiercely fought. Our soldiers, like the night owl's lazy flight, fell gently down as if they struck their friends, so that we fled, king unto the Queen. Lord George, your brother, Norfolk, and myself are come in haste, post haste, to meet with you. How now? What news?
The Duke of Norfolk sends word by me. The Queen is coming with a puissant host and craves your company for speedy counsel.
Why then its source? Brave warriors, let us away.
Welcome, my lord, to this brave town of York. Yonder's the head of that arch enemy that sought to be encompassed with your crown. Doth not the object cheer your heart, my lord?
To see this sight, it irks my very soul. Withhold revenge, dear God, 'tis not my fault.
My gracious liege, to whom do lions cast their gentle looks? Not to the beast that would usurp their death. Who escapes the lurking serpent's mortal sting? Not he that sets his foot upon her back. The smallest worm will turn, being trodden on. Ambitious York did level at thy crown. He, but a duke, would have his son a king, and raise his issue like a loving sire. Thou, being a king, blessed with goodly son, didst yield consent to disinherit him. Were it not pity that this goodly boy should lose his birthright by his father's fault? Ah, what a shame were this! Look on the boy, and let his manly face, which promiseth successful fortune, steel thy melting heart, to have thine own and leave thine own with him.
But Clifford, tell me, didst thou ever hear the king's ill had ever brought success? Oh, cousin York, would thy best friends know how it doth grieve me that thy head is here?
My lord, cheer up your spirits. Our foes are nigh, and this soft courage makes your followers faint. You promised knighthood to our fallen son. Unsheath your sword and dub him presently. Edward, kneel down.
Edward Plantagenet, arise a knight, and learn this lesson, draw thy sword and write.
My gracious father, by your kingly leave, I'll draw it as a parent to the crown, and in that quarrel use it to the death.
Why, that is spoken like a tall-word phrase.
Royal commanders, be in readiness, for with a band of 30,000 men comes Warwick, backing of the Duke of York, and in the towns as they do march along, proclaims him king, and many fly to him. Array your battle, for they are at hand.
I would your highness would depart the field. The queen hath best success when you are absent.
Now, perjured Henry, wilt thou kneel for grace and set thy diadem upon my head, or bid the mortal fortune of the field?
Go rate thy minions, proud, insulting boy. Becomes it thee to be thus bold in terms before thy sovereign and thy lawful king?
I am his king, and he should bow his knee. I was adopted there by his consent, since when his oath is broke.
And reason too, whom should succeed the father but the son?
'Twas you that killed young Rutland, was it not?
Aye, and old York, and still yet satisfied.
What sayest thou, Henry? Wilt thou yield the crown?
Why, how now, long-tongued Warwick, dare you speak?
Have done with words, my lords, and hear me speak.
My liege, the wounds that bred this meeting here cannot be cured by words, therefore be still.
Then, executioner, unsheath thy sword!
Say, Henry, shall I have my right or no? And in this resolution, I defy thee. Since thou deniest the gentle king to speak, sound trumpets, let our bloody colors wave. These words will cost 10,000 lives this day.
Forspent with toils as runners with the race, I lay me down a little while to breathe.
Smile, gentle heaven, or strike ungentle death.
How now, my lord? What hap? What hope of good?
Our hap is lost, and ruin follows us. What counsel give you? Whither should we fly?
Fruitless is flight. They pursue us with wings. Ours cannot shun pursuit.
Warwick, why hast thou withdrawn thyself? Thy brother's blood the thirsty earth hath drunk, broached with the steely point of Clifford's lance.
Then let the earth be drunken with our blood. I'll kill my horse because I will not fly. Here on my knee I vow to God above, I'll never pause again, never stand still, till either death close these eyes of mine, or fortune give me measure of revenge.
O Lord, I defend my knee with thine, and in this vow you chain my soul to thine. Now, Lord, take leave until we meet again, where'er it be, in heaven or in earth. Spell fares like to the morning's war, when dying clouds contend with growing light, can neither call it perfect day nor night. Here on this small hill will I sit me down, to whom God will there be a victory. For Margaret my queen and Clifford too have chid me from the battle. Springville, because for best when I am bent. Would I were dead if God's good will were so. For what is in this world but grief and woe? Oh God, methinks it were a happy life, to be no better than a homely swain, to sit upon a hill as I do now, to carve out dials quaintly point by point, thereby to see the minutes how they run, how many makes the hour full complete, how many hours bring about the day, how many days will finish up a year, how many years a mortal man may live.
This man, hand to hand I slew in fight, may be possessed of some sort of crowns, and I, the haply taken from him now. Who's this? Oh God! It is my father's face, whom in this conflict I unawares have killed. From London by the king was I rest one, and I, by his hands received my life, have by my hand the life rebuked. Pardon me, God! I do not what I did, and pardon, Father, for I do not thee.
Oh, piteous spectacle! Oh, bloody time! Be blind with tears and break or charged with grief.
Thou that so stoutly hast resisted me, give me thy gold, if thou hast any gold. But let me see, is this our foeman's face?
No, 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 it is mine only son. Oh, pity, God, this miserable age. Oh, boy, thy father gave thee life too soon, and hath bereft thee of thy life too late. Woe above woe, grief, more than common grief. Oh, that my death would stay these rueful knees. Oh, pity, pity, gentle heaven, pity. The red rose and the white are on his face. Wither one rose and let the other flourish. If you contend 1,000 lives must die. Has anyone ever seen kings so grieved for his subjects' woe? Here sits a king, more woeful than you are now.
Fly, father, fly! For all your friends are fled! And Warwick rages like a chafing bull. Away! For death doth hold us in pursuit. Mount for my lord towards Berwick, posts amain.
Away, for vengeance comes along with them.
Forward, away!
Here burns my candle out. Aye, here it dies, which, whilst it lasted, gave King Henry light. O Lancaster, I feel thy overthrow more than my body's parting with my soul. Ah, come, York and Warwick, and Richard and the rest. I stabbed your father's bosoms, split my breast.
Now breathe me, lords.
Good fortune bids us pause and soothe the frowns of war with peaceful looks. Some troops pursue the bloody-minded king, but think you, lord, that Clifford fled with them?
No, 'tis impossible he should escape. Wheresoe'er he is, he's surely dead.
Who stole a sack which takes her heavy leave, a deadly groan, like life and death's departing? See who it is, and now the battle's ended. If friend or foe, let him be gently used. Revoke that doom of mercy, for 'tis Clifford.
Oh! From off the gates of York, fetch down the head, your father's head, which Clifford placed there, and said whereof, let this supply the room. Measure for measure must be answered.
No text shall stop his dismal, threatening sound, and his ill-boding tongue no more shall
Speak, Clifford. Dost thou know who speaks to thee?
Oh, Clifford, ask mercy and obtain no grace.
Clifford, repentant, bootless penitent. Clifford, devise excuses for thy faults.
While we devise fell tortures for thy faults, where's Captain Margaret to fence you now?
They mock thee, Clifford. Swearest thou wast more.
Oh, what? Not an oath?
Off with the traitor's head, and reared in the place your father stands. And now to London with triumphant march, there to be crowned England's royal queen. From hence shall Warwick cut the seat of France and ask the Lady Bona for thy queen.
Even as thou wilt sweet Warwick, let it be. For in thy shoulder do I build my seat, and never will I undertake the thing wherein thy counsel and consent is wanting. Richard, I will create thee Duke of Gloucester, and George of Clarence. Warwick as ourselves shall do and undo as him thinketh best. Let me be Duke of Clarence, George of Gloucester, for Gloucester's dukedom is too honest.
That is a foolish observation. Richard, you Duke of Gloucester. And now to London, his honors in possession.
Brother of Gloucester, at St. Albans Field, his late husband, Sir Richard Grey, was slain. His land then seized on by the conqueror. Pursuit is now to repossess those lands, which the injustice cannot well deny. For in quarrel of the House of York, the worthy gentleman did lose his life. Widow. We will consider of your suit, and come some other time to know our mind.
Right gracious Lord, I cannot brook delay. May it please your highness to resolve me now, and what your pleasure is shall satisfy me.
I widow that awards you all your land, and if what pleases him shall pleasure you. How many children hast thou, widow? Tell me.
I think he means to beg a child of her.
Free, my most gracious Lord.
Oh, you shall have 4 if you will be ruled by him. Pity they should lose their father's lands.
Aye, be pitiful, dread lord, and grant it then.
Now tell me, madam, do you love your children?
Aye, full as dearly as I love myself.
And would you not do much to do them good?
To do them good, I would sustain some harm.
And yet your husband's lands do them good.
Therefore I came unto your majesty.
I'll tell you how these lands are to be got.
Why, sucks my lord, shall I not do my task?
An easy task. But to love a king.
That soon performed, because I am subject.
Why then, my husband's lands are to give thee.
I take my leave of many thousands.
What say thee is the fruits of love, I mean.
The fruits of love I mean, my loving lady.
Aye, but I fear me, in another sense. What love thinkst thou I do so much to get?
My love till death, my humble thanks, my prayers. That love which virtue begs and virtue grants.
No, by my troth, I did not mean such love.
My mind will never grant what I perceive your highness aims at, if I am aright.
Tell thee plain, I am to lie with thee.
Tell you plain, I had rather lie in prison.
What? my love.
And that is more than I will yield unto.
And to no more, for thou shalt be my king. Brothers, can you but chat we two have had? The widow likes it not, for she looks very sad. You think it's strange if I should marry her?
To whom, my lord?
Why, Clarence, to oneself. Her suit is granted for her husband's land.
My gracious lord, Henry your folk has taken and brought your prisoners to your palace gate.
See that you be conveyed unto the tower. Widow, go you along. Lords, use her honorable. I, Edward Williams, women, honorably, would he were wasted, marrow, bones, and all, and from his loins no hopeful branch may spring to cross me from the golden time I look for. Why then, I do but dream on sovereignty, like one that stands upon a promontory and spies a far-off shore where he would tread. So do I wish the crown, being so far off. And so I tried the means that keeps me from it. Well, say there is no kingdom then for Richard. What other pleasure can the world afford? I'll make my heaven in the lady's lap, and deck my body in gay ornaments, and with sweet ladies with my words and looks. Oh, miserable thought, and nor unlikely to accomplish 20 golden crowns. Why, love forswore me in my mother's womb. She did corrupt frail nature with some pride. Where's its deformity to mock my body, to disproportion me in every part, like to a chaos or an unlinked farewell? And am I then mad to be beloved? Oh, monstrous fault to harbor such a thought. Then, since this earth affords no joy to me, I'll make my heaven to dream upon the crown. And yet, I know not how to get the crown, for many lives stand between me and home. Why, I can smile and murder whilst I smile, and cry content to that which grieves my heart, and wet my cheeks with artificial tears, and frame my face to all occasions. I can add colors to the chameleon, change shapes with Proteus for advantages, and set the murderous Machiavel to school. Can I do this, and cannot get a crown? Son, word farther off, I'll pluck it down. Woo! Woo!
Fair Queen of England, worthy Margaret, sit down with us. It ill befits thy state and birth that thou shouldst stand while Louis doth sit.
No, mighty King of France, I was, I must confess, great Albion's queen in former golden days, but now mischance hath trod my title down, and with dishonor laid me on the ground, where I must take a like seat unto my fortune, and to my humble seat conform myself.
I say, fair Queen, when springs is deep despair.
From such a cause as fills mine eyes with tears, and stops my tongue, the heart is drowned in care.
Whate'er it be thou still like thyself and sit thee by her side. Be plain to me, Margaret, and tell thy grief. It shall be easy to grant the king of belief.
Those gracious words revive my drooping thoughts. Now therefore be it known to noble Louis, that Henry, sole possessor of my love, is of a king become a banished man, while proud, ambitious Edward, Duke of York, usurps the regal title and the seat of England's true, anointed, lawful king. This is the cause that I with this my son am come to crave thy just and lawful aid.
Fair Queen, patience, calm the storm while we begin the means to break dawn. What's he approacheth boldly to our presence?
Our Earl of Warwick, Edward's greatest friend.
Welcome, brave Warwick. What brings thee to France?
From worthy Edward, King of Albion, I
not from Edward's well-meant, honest love, but from deceit, bred by necessity. For how can tyrants safely govern home, unless abroad they purchase great alliance?
Injurious Margaret.
And why not queen?
Because thy father Henry did usurp, and now no more our prince than she is queen.
Queen Margaret, Prince Edward, stand aside while I use further conscience of Warwick. Now, tell me, Warwick, even upon thy conscience, is Edward your king? For I hate to link with him that we're not lawful chosen. Thereon I form my credit and mine honor. Tell me the truth to measure this love on who assists about us. Just as it seems, as they seem a monarch like himself. Myself have often heard him say and swear that this his love was an external flame, exempt from envy, but not the same, unless the lady Bona please fame.
Now, sister, let us hear your firm resolve.
Your grandeur and denial shall be mine. If I confess that often err still, when I have heard your king's desert recounted, mine ear hath painted judgment and desire. Then words that specific to be heard. And now for this, the articles be gone, such is the joy that your king would say, with which your dowry shall be kind of fun. Come here, Queen Margaret, and you must accept, that Bona shall be worth the English king.
To Edward, but not to the English king. Cease, bold Warwick. It was thy device by this alliance to make void my suit.
If your text in the crown were to be as may be here by others of success, then should be a reason that I do not from beginning age, late I come, yet you shall have all kinds of my hands that your sake card in the mind of you. What are thy names and yours, sir?
Mine such as fills my heart with unhoped joy.
Mine full of sorrow and heart's discontent.
What? Has your king married the Lady Grey? Is this the Alliance of France? Did you scorn us in this manner?
I told your majesty as much before. King Louis, I here protest, in sight of heaven, and by the hope I have of heavenly bliss, that I am clear from this misdeed of Edward. No more my king, for he dishonors me, but most himself, if he could see his shame. Shame on himself, for my desert is honor. I here renounce him, and return to Henry. My noble queen, let former grudges pass, and henceforth I am thy true servitor. I will replant Henry in his former state. Lord, these words have turned my hate to love, and I forgive, and quite forget old faults, and joy that thou becomest King Henry's friend. Aye, if King Louis vouchsafe to grant us with some few chosen bands of soldier, I'll undertake to land them on our coast, and force the tyrant from his seat by war.
Therefore I firmly resolve, you shall have names.
And let me give humble thanks for all as one. I came from Edward as ambassador. I was the chief that raised him to the crown, and I'll be chief to bring him down again.
Now tell me, Brother Clarence, what think you of this new marriage with the Lady Grey? Have not our brother made a worthy choice?
Alas, you know 'tis far from hence to France. How could he stay till Warwick may return?
And his well-chosen bride.
Now, Brother Clarence, how like you our choice to stand pensive as hath malcontent?
As well as King Louis of France or the Earl of Warwick, which are so weak of courage and in judgment that they'll take no offense in our abuse.
Suppose they take offense without a cause. They are but Louis and Warwick. I am Edward, your king and Warwick, and must have thy will.
And shall have your will, because our king.
Yet, hasty marriage seldom proveth well.
Yea, Brother Richard, are you offended too?
Not I, no. God forbid that I should wish them severed, whom God hath joined together. I and 'twere pity to sunder them that yoke so well together.
Setting your thorns and your mislikes aside, tell me some reason why the Lady Grey should not become my wife and England's queen, and you too, Somerset and Montague. Speak freely what you think.
Then this is mine opinion, that King Louis of France becomes your enemy for mocking him about the marriage of the Lady Bona.
And Warwick, doing what you gave in charge, is now dishonored by this new marriage.
My lords, before it pleased his majesty to raise my state to title of a queen, do me but right, and you must all confess
minds to play the Amazon. But what said Warwick to these injuries?
He more incensed against your majesty than all the rest discharged me with these words. Tell him from me that he hath done me wrong, and therefore I'll uncrown him ere it be long.
First the traitor breathe out so proud words. But say, is Warwick friends with Margaret?
Aye, they are so linked in friendship that young Prince Edward marries Warwick's daughter.
Now, brother king, farewell, and sit you fast, for I will hence to Warwick's other daughter. You that love me and Warwick, follow me.
I stay not for the love of Edward, but the crown.
Go bloody men and make prepare for war. They are already or quickly will be landed. Myself in person will straight follow you. Now, Brother Richard, will you stand by us?
I, in spite of all, the shall withstand.
Let's see where Somerset and Clarence comes. Speak suddenly, my lords. Are we all friends?
Fear not that, my lord.
Then gentle Clarence, welcome unto Warwick. And welcome, Somerset. Thy brother being carelessly encamped, his soldiers lurking in the town about, and but attended by a simple guard. We may surprise him and take him at our pleasure.
Henry!
This is his tent, and see where stands his guard. Courage, my masters, honor now or never, but follow me, and Edward shall be ours. Who goes there?
Hear thou diest.
Warwick! Warwick! Arm! Arm!
The Duke! My Warwick, whom we departed, thou callest to be king.
Aye, but the case is altered when you disgraced me in my embassy. Then I degraded you for being king, and now come to create you Duke of York.
Yea, Brother Clarence, art thou here too? Nay, then I see that Edward beats us down.
Then Edward for his mind, be English king. Why Henry now shall wear the English crown. Now, for a while, farewell, good Duke of York.
March to London with our soldiers, sir.
Aye, to free King Henry from imprisonment, and see him seated in the regal throne.
Warwick, for God thou setst me free, and chiefly therefore I thank God and thee. He was the author, thou the instrument. Therefore that I may conquer fortune's spite by living low where fortune cannot hurt me. And the people of this blessed land may not be punished by my pouring stars. Warwick, although my head still wear the crown, I here resign my government to thee, for thou art fortunate in all thy deeds.
Your grace has still been famed for virtuous, and now makes him thrive as virtuous, for spying and avoiding fortune's malice, for few men rightly temple with the stars. But in this one thing, let me blame your grace, for choosing me, when Clarence is in place.
No, Warwick, thou art worthy of this sway, to whom the heavens in thy nativity adjudged an olive branch and laurel crown as likely to be blessed in peace and war, and therefore I yield thee my free consent.
And I choose Clarence only for protector.
Hearken, Clarence, give me both your hands. Now join your hands, and with your hands your heart, that no dissension hinder government, I make you both protectors of this land, while I myself will lead a private life and in devotion spend my latter days to sing's rebuke and my Creator's praise. My Lord of Somerset, what youth is that of whom you have such tender hair?
My liege, it is young Henry, Earl of Richmond.
Come hither, England's hope. This pretty lad will prove our country's bliss. His looks by nature framed, his head framed to wear a crown, his hand to wield a scepter, and himself likely in time to bless a regal throne. Make much of him, my lords, for this is he. Must help you more than you are hurt by me.
What news, my friend?
That Edward has escaped from your brother and fled as in here since to Burgundy.
Unsavory news, but how late he escaped.
He was conveyed by Richard, Duke of Gloucester, and Lord Hastings, who attended him.
My brother was too careless of his call. But let us hence, my sovereign, to provide a salve for any sore may betide.
Edward the Fourth, by the grace of God, King of England and France, and Lord of Ireland. And whosoe'er gainsaying by King Edward's right, by this I challenge him to a single fight.
Lord,
have not been desirous of their wealth, then why should they love Edward more than me? No, Exeter, these graces challenge grace, for if the lion fawns upon the lamb should never cease to follow him.
A Lancaster! A Lancaster!
Seize on the shamefaced Henry. Bear him hence, and once again proclaim us King of England. Hence with him to the tower. Let him not speak.
Say, Northumberland, what says my loving son? And by thy guest, how nigh to Clarence?
At south him I did leave him with his forces, and do expect him here some 2 hours hence. Then Clarence is at hand, I hear his well. It is not his, my lord. Here, sound the lives. Then should that be?
Go trumpet! The walls have sounded parley. See how the surly Warwick mans the wall.
Oh, unbid sprite, is sportful Edward come?
What, Warwick? Wilt thou leave the town and fight? Prithee. Speak gentle words to humbly bend thy knee. Call Edward king, and out of hand beg mercy, and he shall pardon thee these outrages.
Nay, rather wilt thou draw thy forces hence. Confess who set thee up and plumped thee down. Call Warwick patron and be penitent, and thou shalt remain Duke of York.
I thought at least he would have said the king, or did he make the jest against his will?
'Twas I that gave the king to thy brother.
Nay then, 'tis mine, if but by Warwick's gift.
Thou art no Atlas for such great a weight, and Henry is my king, Warwick his subject.
But Warwick's king is Edward's prisoner, and gallant Warwick, do but answer this. What is the body when the head is off?
The king was slyly fingered from the deck. You left poor Henry at the bishop's palace, and 10 to 1, you'll meet him in the tar.
'Tis even so is your Warwick still.
Come, Warwick, take the time, kneel down. Kneel down. Nay, then, strike now, or else the iron cools.
I had rather chop this head off at a blow, and with the other fling it at thy face, than bear so low a sail as to suit you.
Oxford! Oxford for Lancaster!
Montague for Lancaster!
Somerset, for Lancaster.
And two, Brute, wilt thou stab Caesar too?
And lo, where George of Clarence sweeps along, of enough force to bid his brother battle. Come, Clarence, come, thou wilt if Warwick calls.
Father of Warwick, know you what this means? Look here. I throw my infamy at thee. I will not ruinate my father's house, who gave his blood to line the stones together and set up Lancaster. Why trowest thou, Warwick, that Clarence is so harsh, so blunt, unnatural to bend the fatal instruments of war against his brother and his lawful king? And so, proud-hearted Warwick, I defy thee.
And now welcome, more and 10 times more beloved.
Welcome, good Clarence, this is brother-like.
Oh, passing traitor, perjured and unjust.
What, Warwick? Wilt thou leave the town and fight, or shall we beat the stones about thy ear?
Alas, I am not cooped up here for defense. I will await Varnite presently and bid thee battle Edward, if thou dare.
St. George and victory! So lie thou there, die thou, and die our fear.
What is pomp? Rule, reign, but earth and dust, and live how we can. Yet die we must.
Lord, with as we were, the Queen from France comes with the puissant power.
Then I will not fly. Oh, Montague, sweet brother, if thou be there, take my hand.
Ah, Warwick, Montague has breathed his last, and to the last gasp cried out for war.
Sweet rest his soul. Fly, lords, save yourself, for Warwick bids thee all farewell to meet in heaven.
Away to meet the Queen's great power.
Great lords, wise men ne'er sit and wail their loss, but cheerly seek how to redress their harms. This speak I, lords, to let you understand that there's no hope for mercy with the brothers, more than with ruthless waves, with sands and rocks. Why courage then? What
Then in God's name, lords, be valiant and give signal to the fight.
Now here a period of tumultuous broils. Away with Oxford to Ham's Castle straight, or Somerset, off with his guilty head. You'll bear them hence.
So part we sadly in this troublous world to meet with joy and sweet Jerusalem.
His proclamation made, who finds Edward shall have a high reward, and he his life.
It is, and lo, where youthful Edward come.
Bring forth the gallant. Let us hear him speak.
No!
Edward, what satisfaction canst thou make?
Speak like a subject, proud, ambitious York. Suppose that I am now my father's mouth. Resign thy chair, and where I stand, kneel down, lest I suppose the self-same words to thee, which, traitor, thou must have me answer to.
Ah, that thy father had been so resolved.
Let Aesop fable in a winter's night. His courage riddle sorts not with this life.
By heaven, that I'll plague thee for that word.
Aye, thou wast born to be a plague to men.
For God's sake, take away this captive skull.
Nay, take away the scolding, crush that
Speak, willful boy, or I will charm your tongue.
I know my duty. You are all undutiful. Lascivious Edward, and thou, perjured George, and thou, misshapen Dick. I tell ye all, I am your better, traitors as ye are, and thou usurps my father's right and mine.
Take that, the likeness of this regular here.
Oh, sprawlst thou? Take that to end thy agony.
And theirs for twitting me with perjury.
Oh, kill me too!
Marion shall.
Hold, Richard! Hold, for we have done too much.
Why should she live to fill the world with words?
Dad, sweet, Dad, speak to thy mother, boy. Canst thou not speak? Oh, traitors! Murderers! What's worse than murderer, that I may name it? No, no, my heart will burst, and if I speak, and I will speak, so that my heart may burst. Butchers and villains, bloody cannibals. How sweet a plant thou hast untimely crowned. But if you ever chance to have a child, look in his youth to have him so cut off.
Away with her! Go bear her head perforce. Where's Richard gone?
To London, all in post, and as I guessed, to make a bloody supper in the tower.
He's sudden if the fate goes in his head. Let's away to London and see our gentle queen. By this, I hope she hath a son for me.
Thinkest thou I am an executioner?
A persecutor, I'm sure thou art. If murdering you since the executing, why then thou art an executioner?
Thy son I killed for his presumption.
Hadst thou been killed when first thou didst see? Thou hadst not lived to kill a son of mine, and thus I prophesy that many a thousand shall rue the day that thou wast born. Prithee, the owl shrieked at thy birth, an evil sign. The night crow cried, boding luckless time. Dogs howled in haste, tempests shook down trees. Thy mother felt more than a mother's pain, and yet brought forth less than a mother's hope. To wit, an indigested and deformed lump, not like the fruit of such a goodly tree. Teeth hadst thou in thy head when thou wast born, thou gavest
Order no more! Die, prophet, in thy speech! For this, amongst the rest, was I ordained.
Aye, and for much more slaughter after this. Oh God,
What? Will the aspiring blood of Lancaster sink in the ground? I thought it would have melted. If any spark of life be yet remaining, down, down to hell, as the eyes sent me thither. Ah, ah, ah. Ah, ah. Ah. Indeed, 'tis true that Henry told me of. For I have often heard my mother say, I came into the world with my legs forward. Had I not reason, think ye, to make haste and seek their ruin that usurped our right? The midwife wondered, and the woman cried, oh, Judge, bless us, he is born with teeth. And so I was, which plainly signified that I should snarl and bite and play the dog. Oh! Then, since the heavens have shaped my body so, that hell may crook my mind to answer it. I have no brother. I am like no brother. And this word love, which graybeards call divine, be resident in men like one another, and not in me. I am myself alone. Clarence, beware, thou keepst me from the light, but I will sort a pity day for thee, for I will buzz abroad such prophecies that Edward shall be fearful of his life. And then, to purge his fear, I'll be thy death. I'll throw thy body in another room, and triumph, Henry, in thy day of doom.
Once more we sit in England's royal throne, repurchased with the blood of enemies. 3 Dukes of Somerset, 2 Cliffords, and 2 Northumberlands, Warwick, and Montague. Thus have we swept suspicion from our seat and made our footstool on security. Come hither, Rex, and let me kiss my boy. And of our labors thou shalt reap the gain. Clarence and Gloucester, love my lovely queen, and kiss your princely nephew, brothers both.
Thanks, noble Clarence, worthy brother, thanks.
And that I love the tree from whence thou sprangst, witness the loving kiss I give the fruit. To say the truth, so Judas kissed his master, and cried all hail, when as he meant all harm.
Now am I seated as my soul delights, having my country's peace and brother's love.
What will your grace have done with Margaret?
Away with her, go waft her hence to France.